Excited to be back with another first impressions of Shroud of the Avatar. This is actually Alpha Release 5, and I'm really excited about it. Welcome if you don't know what Shroud of the Avatar is, it's Richard Garrett's, aka Lord British's, next MMO. I was a huge fan of Ultima Online, my favorite MMO of all time. And so I'm really looking forward to Release 5. I didn't get a chance to look at Release 4, the last one, and there's a lot of things that have been changed. And I have a bunch of things I want to share with you in regards to what's different. But let's go ahead and first things first, let's make our character. One of the things right off the bat that I know I didn't get a chance to see in the last release was combat. So there's a lot I want to talk about in regards to combat, but let's go ahead and make our guy first. One of the things that is interesting about what they're trying to do with combat is make it based on like a card-based system, which I think could be really cool, but it's not implemented yet in this release. Let's go ahead and give ourselves some green eyes, shall we? Head type. We'll go this dude right here. We'll go Big Nose McGee. And last time we went white hair color, right? With that red headband. We'll stick with our same character. Facial hair. We'll go like this. I think we're good. Here's our character, good to go. And let's jump in. Create the character. Let's go ahead and play. Alright, so one of the number one thing that's been implemented in this new release is the skill system. Currently 35 of the skills are unlocked. I think there's out of a total 171 total skills, which if this is anything like Ultima Online in terms of the progression, it's not like you don't start the game. Well, it's not, this is exactly how it is. You don't start the game as like a warrior or a paladin or a rogue or a wizard. What you do is you spread out your skills and you can make your guy or your character into whatever you want. And so 35 of these skills are implemented, and one of the things that was in the release notes is that, as our character's loading, is that although there are 35 skills in, they're all very simple, and some of the secondary effects aren't in. They mentioned specifically like trip and tumble aren't in. But let's go ahead and take a look here. It is a little laggy here, but I think we can change some video settings. And we're gonna go fantastic. And speaking of, I love this music. Music's incredible in here. I wonder if we need to actually reboot to do this. But this is I know the frames looks kind of, we're standing on top of something. The frames this isn't as slick as it's been in the past, but one of the things they did change in terms of visuals is they did switch over to linear lighting, which is going to look better long term, but they said it's going to be a lot of work because they had to go through and retouch up every texture. But let's go see what we got here. Okay, so this is a vendor, which looks fairly interesting. What kind of equipment? No equipment. We just have a bunch of housing things. How much gold? We have no gold to start with. Alright, so let's go. I think the first thing we want to do here is let's check out the skills here. And okay, so we have 40 points to spend. I don't really want to spend much of it in crafting because I think there's a ways to go in terms of the crafting system, and the framework's just in place right now. But so this is interesting. This is the skill tree. So I want to run through and just rattle off all the skills. So under blades, there's blades, bludgeon, heavy armor, light armor, medium armor, pole arms, range, and shield. And then magic. So this is the cool thing that I loved about Ultima Online, is that you didn't necessarily become a certain character. You made your own type of character. So in this case, let's go ahead and let's make ourselves a bludgeoning type character. So that means we're gonna hit very hard and stun a lot of people. So we just leveled that up. Oh, we can keep leveling that up. And then that also. See, here's what you see. This is interesting. It says level 2 stunning attack, but this thing is, it says number of cards 2. So I'm guessing like the way combat works, eventually, it doesn't work like that in this release, is the enemy plays a card, you play a card, so the cards kind of stack upon each other. I'm not entirely clear on how it's going to work, but it sounds similar to that. Okay, so we are at level 3 crushing blow, level 3 knockback. costs 99 points. So, okay, so looks like under each main skill, there's only one secondary skill. So let's go bludgeon. Let's also go heavy armor. We'll put about 6 here. So this defensive stance increases defense at the expense of attack speed. Temporarily increase strength. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we have heavy armor, bludgeons, and might as well pick up a little shield here too. Increase defensive values versus melee attacks. Let's put about 6 in there, and shield bash. Okay, the other thing we want to do is check out a little magic. We could go stun magic, chaos magic. What is this? Death. Let's go death here. Short range life drain spell. We're not even going to look at the others. Let's spend the rest here in death. Explodes target corpse and medium range. Let's go ahead and spend 2 and 2 here. Alright, so all our skills are set. I wonder if there's something we need to do to lock it in. Okay, it looks like, so we're given 40 points for adventuring and 40 for crafting. So let's just kind of leave that as is for right now. And I imagine in the real game, like, you have to earn those skill points and whatnot. But let's check out our character sheet. Alright, so looks like we start with some basic crafting things, but this one, in this particular first impression, I wanted to focus on exploring and also fighting, you know, the combat system. So let's just give this a look around. What's going on, Dave? Good to see you, man. Alright, so like I said, if you are new to Shroud of the Avatar, man, this visuals are a bit choppy here. Use anti-aliasing, shadow distance. Use ambient obscurance. Let's try both of these to see what happens. We may have to actually. I wonder if we have to exit out and back in. I'm gonna do that real quick, just because it seems like it's not lag, but you know, I have a fairly strong graphics card, and it seems like the settings aren't tweaked, and maybe it's because of the new lighting system they've put into play. And like I said, I apologize for this dark screen, but I just want to give ourselves the best possible look at this thing here. Let's go ahead and log in one more time. Plus, we can't really argue with hearing this opening theme song. It's so good. All right, let's go ahead and jump back in here. We'll see if the visuals are any different, and while we're waiting on this to load up, a couple new things that were added in, as well as there's the quest journals now. So the way this works is the way you get quests in this game, there aren't exclamation points over characters. You actually have to type and talk to them, and they'll give you skills that way. So now there's a journal to kind of keep track of that for you. They've added a compass. And then the other thing that I want to check out right away in terms of a new area, it said there's a Kingsport sewer. Where there's like supposed to be a lot of action going on there, so we're definitely going to check that out for sure and see what's going on there. I'm trying to think what else has been added here. Apparently, like the map system has been redone, especially since let's see if our visuals are still the same. It's still a little choppy. Maybe it's due to the lighting. See, this is someone's already. So apparently, I think there's like 13 or so plots, and one of the major draws to this game is that players physically own the digital land, and I guess they're set up right now so these plots reset every 12 hours. I'm just making that up, but looks like someone's already decorated this house, which to me was always one of the cool things about Ultima Online, was the fact that personalization, but it was permanent within the world versus kind of like instant housing. All right, what's going on here? Is this another player house that someone set up? Alright, let's check it out. There's our journal. Let's say hello. Let's see if these are NPCs. Okay, no, this looks like I think this is a player house right here. It's fairly impressive. I wonder if we can steal any of their stuff. I mean, borrow. Borrow. Maybe you can't open someone else's chest here. Basic controls here. How do we open chests? Interactive objects. Objects in the world can change with the cursor by hovering over them. So we cannot open this. Must be someone else's. Because it's someone's house, looks like we don't get the ability to, and that's why these people are looking at me strange. Like, what are you doing in my house? We can't even sit in their Game of Thrones chair either. But alright, let's press on here. I'm a little disappointed in, I don't want to say disappointed from like a development standpoint, but we've had better visuals in the past, so maybe it's something with my settings, but nonetheless, let's see what's going on with Guard Michael. Guard Michael, what is going on? Guard. I'm asking questions here. Where are you from, stranger? I am from... Alright, we are from... We're not from Detroit. You, sir? Thank you for your honesty. Most people would not admit to such. What are you talking about? Which name are you known? Name is Dan. So you can see, like, my fat head is in the way. But you can see in the chat when you're interacting with the NPCs, whatever word is underlined, that's what you need to focus on in terms of getting something from them. Alright, so let's press on here. Okay, we are experiencing some lag. This is the first day of the R5 release. Some sheep suffered a terrible fate. So maybe that is why it is lagging. Maybe there's a lot of people on right now. But nonetheless, let's see. Oftentimes in the previous releases, there have been random chests throughout with some weapons. Because what do we have right now in terms of weapons? We have a what? An iron mace. That's it. Okay, our characters. We need to get our character to run again here. Alright, so, one of the expectations if this is your first experience with Shroud of the Avatar, just keep in mind that this is an alpha release, so that it's, this is far from a polished game, but that guy's decked out. But I still wanted to take a look at it. Maybe this is like a high traffic area. How do we run? Somehow we turned our run off. Let's go ahead. Let's check out the map here. Okay, so there's the compass. There's a map key. World navigation. Let's press on here. Someone face palms in his bears. Alright, so let's that chat box keeps coming up. I wonder what I'm hitting to do that. Alright. So this is one of the crafting areas. There's a lot of people here. There's an announcement. Just a reminder, Fire Lotus will be broadcasting live from Fire Lotus Tavern in 30 minutes. Stop by. Alright, maybe we'll stop by there towards the end. I think in our R2 release, our R2 first impression of in the previous episode, we actually had a chance. We ran into Lord British in game, which is pretty cool. One of the things here, though, why can we not run? Let me ask around. Let's see how friendly the community is. Does anyone know what the run key is? Yeah, the visuals have got to be lagging from because of the server. I mean, I guess that's what my only thought on this. All right, so it looks like this is a city lot. So there's like 3 different levels of why does that keep coming up? Someone said there's some serious stress testing going on right now. I actually may we may take a look at this offline. We can check that. Actually, that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to go to offline mode because this is not going to get it done. So for the second time, thank you guys for being patient, but what we're going to do is you have a chance to play the game in like offline mode. So I think that's going to give us our best experience. And while we're doing that, let's go ahead and slide over here. And one more time. So right here, we're going to go single player online. See if that works a little better for us. And then, depending on how long this goes, if we're within 30 minutes or so, maybe we'll hop online and then also check out what's going on in the Fire Lotus Tavern, because I'm guessing they're going to try to stress test the heck out of that area. So our first order of business, we're going to go check out Kingsport Sewer and hopefully try out combat for the first time in this game and see what's going on. Let's see what else, if there's anything else of interest in the notes. The release 5 notes we're talking about. Alright, so here's what they said about the lighting. They're currently improving efforts to improve the visual quality are ongoing, and the next steps after this linear lighting is to looking at using different shaders that they can composite. Alright, so let's see if this is any different here. Alright, that's definitely a lot more smooth. Okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to venture around here. And I wonder since we're single player online, I wonder if that actually downloads individual homes. So I guess that would be fairly easy to find out if we see any of the same homes. That would be kind of cool that in the final game, I assume that's what's going to happen in terms of like people make changes to their homes, since it is being deemed as like selectively multiplayer. Yeah, cool. Okay, so here we go. This town lot is claimed by Fletcher DeReed. Can we claim it from him? Okay, so that's cool. So this actually gives you like a real look at if you are playing this single player. It still institutes elements of the online world. So these are like real people's plots. This town lot is claimed by Jerick Overshoes. All right, cool. That's definitely something different, and that's what I think. That's what I think is going to be brought to the table here. With Shroud of the Avatar, it's just going to try and push a few things. Now, how do we right click? How do we get these in these slots? That's the question. I'll have to read up on that, but let's go ahead and take a final, knock out these guys. See if do we get anything from killing these guys. Finish them. Nothing, huh? You would think we'd get some wool from these guys. All right, let's go outside the city boundaries and see what's going on. So any homes in there would be on city lots, and any homes out here will be on village lots. And okay, cool. Here's the exact same thing. So, we saw this in the online persistent world. Now we're getting a chance to look at it in the offline or the single player online. But right now, I haven't bought any deed. I have not bought a deed or a home for the game. And every time I play this, it kind of makes me reevaluate that decision, but we'll see. Alright, so let's do a little exploration here. With all the new player towns, your house need decorations. We don't own a home. They're just rubbing it in right now. That runic, those runes, what does that say? Can we not read that? I cannot read the runes. I know there are talented people out there who can, but I have no idea what that said. If you guys can read the runes from the Ultima series, let me know what that said. Alright, so this is our first look at the map, which is kind of cool. Whoa. It has a little bit of a, like, Don't Starve feel to it. Based on the, like, isometric yet flat paper looking thing going on. But apparently, like, you can just have to click on a hex and we can go explore. Wow, this is actually pretty cool. So I'm guessing that each of these hexes is going to be like an instanced area. But what is that? Can we go there? Yes, we can. Alright, we're going to go there with our mace and see what we can stir up. Alright, what do we got here? Can we pick that torch up? Yes, we can. Whoa. Cave Wrasse. After this fight, whether we win or lose, I'm going to look at how we can institute using our skills. So this is not the combat system that'll be in the game. Nice, I love that. That's such a nice throwback to Ultima Online. I love that. So this is what essentially this is. This is like the corpse or whatever you kill. It's like their inventory, and you literally have to drag and drop the items. That's really cool. But let's see, how do we actually use the skills? Because we have our skill tree here. We just need to figure out how do we drag and drop them. Because they've mentioned there is not going to be necessarily a hot bar in the game. But how do we... It doesn't seem like it works. Let's see how to... Let me read this real quick. Skills. Press the L key to show skills you've purchased. Skills here can be dragged to your hot bar. It's not working for us though. L. Okay. We have to hit from the L. So let's go ahead and... There we go. It would make a little more sense for it to be able to drag it from the skill window, but that's okay. So we have shield bash. We don't have a shield. We want to use our bludgeoning here first. Defensive stance. Alright, let's go with this. Death ray. Alright, so we're just going to mess around here a little bit and see what we got. First off, let's go ahead and... Can we equip this torch? We should be able to. Awesome. Alright, let's see what we got in here. Is that lootable? Or is that just ambiance? That is not lootable. Alright, let's try our first skill here. Our first skill we're going to try out is... I don't know what that skill is. I should probably learn what that is. What is that? That's knockback. Let's see how that works. Alright. It's fairly dark in here. Let's try skill 2 here. So all the skills are like very rudimentary and... Oh, we cast a little spell on them too. Alright. I always think my thoughts on this game is I feel like it has the theory or not the theory, but the mission statement behind it to recreate some of the magic that Ultima Online has had. And it's I think I've talked about this in every impression video we've done on Shroud the Avatar. Feels like I'm always chasing that Ultima Online experience, and while I think it's realistic to think that that'll never happen again, I'm hoping that Shroud of the Avatar can kind of make it happen for us. All right, let's check out this next spell 4. It's not a passive ability, is it? There we go. All right, so far no drops here. Kobold fighter. I'd like to zoom in and get a little look at that guy. Alright, so kind of like your standard, nice, your standard like MMO animations and combat so far. But I'm really interested to see where they want to take combat. They say combat with cards. It's going to be interesting to see how they're going to take that. What direction they are going to take that. Alright, so we have a Kobold Warhammer. Perfect. Another bludgeoning weapon. Use the knockback. Alright, we're not... There we go. Alright, picked up some gold here. I wonder, now here's the interesting thing. I wonder if we pick this stuff up and then we were to go online and play in the online world, if it's got to transfer over. You would think it would. We'll test that here at the end of this. Alright, got some more gold here. Let's bring up our bag for old time's sakes. Look at that. That inventory. That sloppy inventory. Alright. What else we got here? When it's time for those crates. You know, I think when there's 35, there's projected to be 171 skills or like different combinations, you know, of skills you can use in this game, and they have 35 unreleased, you know, released now. Oh, that's a nice effect there. There's got to be like I couldn't even think of the number of combinations of characters you could build, which always made, you know, things interesting in Ultima Online. Not necessarily having a cookie cutter character, but I know that there were like certain character archetypes that were built, you know, with the Grandmaster Swordsmen and things like that. But the cool thing about it is the character templates came from the community. It didn't come from the game itself. People figured out what they felt worked best. That looks like a glitch. He's not dead. And that's what, without a doubt, that's what it looks like what they're going for with this, is that you make whatever type of character you want, and if it ends up being horrible, it ends up being horrible, but that's on you. That's really cool. Alright, what's that? What is that? An egg? Ras egg. Let's take them. Maybe they're worth something. Alright, so pick up everything here, see what else we got going. I wonder if there is, can we harvest, like, I'm always a big fan of mining, you know, and getting ore in games like this. I wonder what we're doing in terms of tools here. If we have any tools. Let's throw all this crap in here. I wonder why those should be stacking. I wonder why those are not stacking. That will not fit in that bag. I'm not even sure if we can harvest things yet, but I'm looking to see if we have a pickaxe. Doesn't look like it. Oh, we have a hammer. That must be for actually crafting. Alright, so let's press on here. I guess we would know if we could craft or if we could harvest or not based on if there was like something to mine. Like that looks like it actually could be mined. Let's check this out real quick. Crafting. Gathering. Mining. Here we go. Spend all the points. Huh. Maybe, can you not spend points on crafting? Skills are divided. Okay, right now only adventuring skills are present. Got it. Okay, so looks like it'll be kind of the same deal. You can spend your points however you want, but for right now the crafting skills are disabled. Alright, let's press on here. So I think what we are going to do, we're going to definitely leave this cave, check out the map a little more, do a little more exploring, trying to think, is there anything else? I wrote a list of things we wanted to check out, combat being the number one thing. But also want to check out Kingsport and see what's going on with the sewers. And then I think we'll wrap things up here by signing back online, checking out to see if everything transfers over, and then also see if there's anything going on interesting at the Fire Lotus Tavern. Just that jump attack. Now, chances of us actually leaving here. So right now, you know, I'd understand if you said, "Hey Dan, this doesn't look like anything necessarily unique in terms of MMOs," But it is just an alpha, and it's come a long way, especially since release 1. Okay, that's where we came from, because there's that box of torches. That's very kind of the level creators to put a box of torches there for us to navigate. All right, so let's see what else we can take a look at here. I wonder where this has got to be Kingsport up here, you would think. Ooh, what's that? Let's check out this dangerous area here. And then, so we'll go here, then we'll check out Kingsport, and then we will sign it online and see how the stress test is going. What is that? That's fairly unique. What is that? Oh, that's a statue head. That's pretty cool. Alright, so there was it looked like there was some sort of dungeon entrance here. Stag. Looks like they're having some problems. Kill him. Huh, can't hit him for some reason. Yeah, never mind. There we go. Sorry about that, Stag. Okay, so that's something fairly unique, is that when you get to the edge of like an instanced area, your eyes start to close. That's a good indicator. That's pretty cool. It's like a different type of indicator that you're about to enter another zone. See, didn't want to do that though. Oh, we were not trying to do that. We're trying to explore here, and we'll see what we got going. So it said loading plots, so it must download plots every single time. So that's where we came from. Dead wolf. Give it a little death magic. Nice. That's a nice effect. I'm okay with that skull effect there. Alright, let's just follow this trail here, shall we? Maybe there is not a dungeon entrance, because they didn't really mention anything about it in the release 5 notes, but it definitely looked worth visiting. Okay, so that's apparently it. So I'm guessing the way the selective multiplayer is going to work is that everyone's going to be able to visit different hex spots, and it's just going to be populated based on who you've connected with in the game. Alright, let's I want to pick a random hex here before we go to Kingsport. Let's go here. Actually, let's go on the water's edge. And I wonder if these cannot be randomly generated. There has to be like set things here. They've done a heck of a job with the music in this game already. I will say that. It's very, very enjoyable. The stags look like they have some problems getting around. All they do is jump. They don't know how to walk. All right, I'm not gonna make fun of the early animations. Yes, I am. Okay, so just a wide open field. So I imagine that, this could be actually really cool. Since there is so wide open, it's like on you to explore. The one thing that I could see being definitely annoying and not as, I guess, intuitive or as seamless as Ultima Online, where there were no like instanced areas. It was just one huge map. But I imagine it's fairly hard to do that nowadays. Doesn't mean it's impossible, but I don't think, I don't think we're anywhere near where we could have 10,000 players on the same map. But who knows? I could watch this video a year from now and be completely wrong. Alright, so we checked out a random zone. Let's check out. I'm guessing this is Kingsport. So apparently there's something worth checking out here in the sewers of Kingsport, and we'll see what what's going on there. Loading plots, that's an interesting thing. So that means there's constant communication going on right now between our single player online client and actual persistent world. Alright. Let's find, we may have to ask around to find these sewers, but let's ask guard Douglas. Hey guard, where are the sewers? Sewers. Jerk. Oh, I can't hit the J. See, J opens up. Looks like I opened all that stuff. Okay, he said, I serve Kingsport as a guard. Too few. Let's see what he says. Most of the guards in Kingsport have fled. The town is doing poorly of late. Alright, let's not talk to you anymore. Are we gonna do a little scavenging here on the way to finding? I'm gonna guess this is someone's home. Is this already claimed? Yeah, car, village lot. I don't think I've seen this house before. This may be one of the new house models they've instituted. That's a cool, like, closet or sarcophagus, whatever that is. That's one of the huge draws about this game, is the physical digital land plots. I know it's like kind of a misnomer, but no one else is doing that. It's all, and I think what the last game to do that was what, Star Wars Galaxies, if I'm not mistaken, to have non-instance housing. But ultimately, you do have to, they're gonna have to bring something more than that to the table to make this what I think everyone's craving. Alright, so we're looking for these sewers here. Oh, we can buy some stuff. Let's go ahead and sell. Sell an iron mace. Yeah, let's sell. Coconut. Sell the torch. Alright. That's a nice touch. Greetings, outsider. Alright, so we sold that because we wanted to buy some armor. What can we buy here? Augmented hood, epic chain helm. Since this is the only thing we can currently have enough money for, let's go ahead and buy this one. Go ahead and let's put our hood on here. There we go. Actually, our guy kind of looks like Lord British with that hood on. Alright, anyways, let's press on. We're looking for the sewers. Have you seen them? Okay, brand. Sewers. Come again. Not today. You've lost your chance to interact with us. Guard lock. If I were Kingsport, that looks like sewers to me. Huh. This is guard tower. Is this stuff takeable? It is not. It's just window dressing. Lobster traps. That's a nice touch. Alright, so we're looking for these sewers here, and where are you going? Greetings. Let's see what he has to say. Hello. Well met. Kingsport. See, when we're typing, this stuff should not be popping up like that. Kingsport is our home, even with the troubles. What troubles? Most of the guards at Kingsport have fled. The town is doing poorly of late, and there's little money to fund a guard. Those who have left either do so as volunteers and take payment from smugglers. Since the ships have been ceased trading, let's ask about smugglers. What smugglers? Okay, it's not going to give us any information on that. It didn't pop up. It looked like it popped up over his head, but it didn't pop up in the chat. Where are these sewers at? Let me read this real quick. New veil screens. Kingsport sewers. We shifted focus to more veil scenes so we could create a more complete area of the game, replacing placeholder maps versus proceeding the main map. Kingsport sewers, an intense adventure area under Kingsport infested with the undead. Okay, so it's underneath Kingsport, so how do we find it? That's the first quest. Another downstairs. Not currently. Can we steal anything? We cannot. Alright. We have the ability to walk through that door. Just cuz. This is really cool to see the, look at this. These are all player decorated homes. So everyone, at least in terms of release 5, they quote unquote own that home and that parcel of land within the game. Very cool. Alright, maybe this this portal will take us, Moongate if you will, it'll take us to the undead area. And it's weird, playing this game kind of makes you want to go back and play Ultima Online, but is this it? But also, you know, chasing nostalgia is a dangerous thing. So we're just going to enjoy Shroud of the Avatar in its current form, Release 5 Alpha. Alright, so loading some plots here and see what's going on. Anything else we need to check out here? Okay, so apparently with Release 5, I guess in Release 4 there was a certain time limit in which those houses would kind of regenerate, or the land would kind of clear. And in this one, it looks like they turned them off. So people have already run in there and claimed their spot. I do not think we are. We're back to where we started here. Let's go ahead and follow this. I really want to check out those sewers, though. Obsessed with the sewers. Trying to get a front cam. That face cam didn't work for us. Let's see. Where are sewers? While this is loading, I'm just seeing if there's any way. See, normally in a game, you know, you would try to find it without Googling it, but that's alright. We've been there. That's Kingsport. So it's got to be somewhere in here. One would think. We're going to give it one more college try to find these sewers here. And see what's going on. I wonder it'd be interesting to see the networking and how this is set up, because that's fairly unique. I mean, I can't think of a game that has instance areas, yet there's like persistent things within it. It's very interesting. Alright, we're going to try one more time to find this sewer here. And if we can't find it, then we're going to sign off and then sign online. Excuse me. And see what's going on at the tavern. That's another player-owned home. Alright, guard. Let's see if we can get out of you. Greetings, sir. Where are the sewers? Sewers. Sewer. Alright, guard Powell, let's fight you. I would strike you if we could. Let's check that over here. That gate right there may be the sewers. This is it. This has got to be it. Nice, we found it. Alright. Alright, so apparently this is like a maze with undead. And let's see how long we can last here. This has a Dark Souls feel to it. Skeleton Footman. Look at those pauldrons it's got on. Skeleton, they always had good stuff. Or they always had gold in Ultima Online. Iron Warhammer. Wonder if that's a... Well, we have it equipped now. What the heck was that noise? Skeleton Footman. Now, let's see if he's going to drop a sword. If he drops a sword, that would be pretty amazing. I love when games have whatever they have equipped, it actually shows up. Nice. That's a nice touch. We don't want to equip that though. Let's go ahead and equip this. Alright. Except he didn't, you know, they didn't drop any armor. Wow, it's getting real dark in here. Maybe this guy will drop some armor. Looks like we're stuck in here. There we go. Can we light these things? Yes, we can. Nice. Give us those pauldrons, sir. Iron mace. Getting some serious loot action in. That guy just ran right by us. No regard for human life. Let's go ahead and light all these up here. I wonder if we would be able to do that without a actual torch. Skeleton archer. Oops. Alright. Give us that bow. So really, really simplified combat. You shouldn't, I mean, expectations. I mean, for the first, let's stop looting in the middle of a fight. For the, I guess this would be the second iteration of combat since it did come out in R4. It's not bad. I mean, for an alpha combat system, it is what you would expect it to be. Nothing to write home about, and nothing to cry about like over spilled milk. So let's go ahead and throw that in here. And let's do a little bit more exploring. We don't want to equip that though. Let's put this bad boy on. And we did lose our torch somewhere in our messy inventory. Nice. Alright. Let's leave all that stuff behind here. We need to try and find... Actually, let's find out if we can light this without a torch. We can. What if we light them all and then something comes up out of the pond here? Alright, let's go ahead and, for the sake of everyone watching this, let's go ahead and equip our torch here. We just gotta find it. Where is that? Alright. Shoot, did the exact same thing. Press on here. We're not going to fight anything. We're just going to look around for chests and treasure. Skeleton mage. Some decent effects. Alright, let's see if we can go undefeated here in Shroud of the Avatar and not die. Although it would be interesting to see what happens. Skeleton mage, no reagents from him. Huh. Alright, let's press on here. We cannot go through there, nor in here. At least one door. We're not interested in you, footman. Just looking for chests here. Anything else? What the heck? Interesting. Skeleton archer. What are they defending? What? Look at that thing. We've not even got a hit on him, have we? That looks pretty cool. We're gonna die here, though. No hits McGee on this guy. Get out of here. We are not swinging. It's troll programmed in the game, so you cannot hit the lich. Oh, give us that sword, though. We can hit this guy, though. So yeah, I wonder if we can actually take this guy out. We can't pull this sword out. Well, it looks like it's begging to be pulled out. Can't attack him. It's not working for us. Alright, looks like we're gonna go down to the hands of the lich here. I want that weapon, though. Alright, we got a hit in. Or at least he swung, right? Let's trying to double click the name. I'm hitting all of our combat hotkeys. It's not swinging. Right there we go. Ah, that's why I wasn't hitting the hitbox. And then we just took it. Alright. So apparently in combat you have to hit in that circular hitbox. This is a great segue for us to log out here, and then we're gonna go check out the online component real quick. We're gonna go check out the tavern, see how many people are logged in, see what's going on, and we'll kind of take it from there. One would say that looked like a red chalk monster. I wouldn't say that. I'm just saying some other people may say that. But let's go ahead and log in one more time, and we'll see what is going on with on the online tavern, if you will. Let's go ahead and just give me 1 second here. So I guess the initial thoughts on combat is that a little bit of ways to go. And right now, though you guys cannot see it, there's a patch 94. So they're literally patching this thing as we're going. I wonder what they've already fixed. Must have been something drastic. Maybe it has something to do with the lag, but Yeah, so I guess thoughts on combat. It's this is not the fair version to judge combat. It's cool to see some of the animations but this is not the combat system. At least they said this is not the combat system they're going to be using. Oh, didn't click that. There we go. That's what we want to do. Multiplayer online. All right, let's check this out, and then I'm going to kind of wrap up our fourth first impression of Shroud of the Avatar. If you guys are interested in this game, you can check out more and you can pledge to it by going to shroudoftheavatar.com. And wow, we spawned right back here. That rematch. Alright, so now we're in the online world right now, but we're going for that rematch apparently. The red chalk monster. There we go. So this time focusing on hitting that red circle underneath. We're not doing a ton of damage though on him. Oh, someone's helping us. Alright. LARP-a-lot Dragon. Thanks for the help, man. I wonder how the loot's gonna work. That's immediately what my mind goes to. When we kill this thing, who gets the loot? Let's take him down. I'm guessing this is probably not an easy feat if the two of us are struggling with him, but this guy's decked out. He's got helmet, armor, shield. We're just a scrub with a cloth hood on. I wonder how we see this guy's damage. Maybe we have to be grouped up. Check a different perspective here in this fight. Insta loot. Oh, we're out of our hotbar items. And he's still got some significant health. Alright, so right now we're kind of waiting for that, our stamina or our ability to kind of juice up here a little bit. I wonder what his health power was. So we're doing about what? He's doing about 3 a swing. I'm doing about 3 a swing. Maybe 150 health? Be interesting to see. There's no way we would have killed this thing on our own. Just gonna get the loot. Oh, give me that. Give me everything. Give me that big stick. That's probably was not very. That's not very welcoming of me just to take everything. But oh, look at that wep. What is that? Lich axe. You want axe? Okay, sorry. I'll give it to him. We'll give it to him. I'm guessing this is probably the best weapon in the game that we just randomly stumbled upon. Oh, look at that. Swinging for the fences now. So we instantly looted that. Let's see if we can give this to him. We did get the throne, dragon bone throne. Alright, here, sir. Let's give him the axe. This is like going against every fiber in my being. Just joking. Here you go, dude. I just gave it to him. Just dropped it on you. Did you get it? Unless did it go back in our inventory? No, here it is. Can we trade? Let's find out here. How do I give it to you? Let's find out. That alpha loot dilemma. How do I give it to you? Put in the chest. What chest? See, if this were if this were Ultima Online, what I would do is I would equip the Lich Axe and then just start swinging. I wouldn't do that. Let's go back to city. I'll give you that. Alright, so this turned into a first impression to now, let's go to Tavern. So now, let's got a mini storyline here with this Lich Axe. Let's go ahead and equip it here, just so he knows we have it. Let's go. Can we teleport out? Let's take a look at this axe, by the way. Let's check the stats. Is it that much better? What do we have here? Run out. All right, let's go. All right, so we're gonna run back to the city here, and our final move, we're gonna give him the Lich Axe, and then we will check out the tavern and see what's going on. That's actually pretty funny. Alright, this guy doesn't know where he's going. The blind... Oh gosh. There's a harem of skeletons following us around. We should definitely have equipped our torch here. Alright, this is the exit. Oh, there's a chest there. Whoa! That was a mimic chest. That's kind of cool. Alright, looks like we're stuck here. Alright, well, why are we stuck? We're like caught in some sort of alpha bug here. Alright, looks like we will not be giving away the Lich Axe. This looks like a great spot to end our first impressions. So first impressions on release 5. They're starting to institute some gameplay elements into it. It's fairly enjoyable. I'm sure you guys saw, there's a lot of bugs and kinks to work out, but it's come a long way. If you watch the first release that we did, the first impression, it's come a long way, and it's gonna be cool to continue to track along and see how this game continues to develop. In terms of whether or not am I going to buy a land deed yet or buy a house, not yet. We'll have to see what release 6 holds up for us. But if you guys do want to find out more about the game, go to shroudoftheavatar.com. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you the next time another release comes out. See you guys.